That looks like a piece of the thing you were fiddling with at camp.
Ludzie, z tej strony zapraszam z kolejnego odcinka Azy. Razem popularnego i jakieś poprzednie odcinki nacisnęliśmy misjami i także na początku wam wkleiłem jedną lokalizację naszego totemu, ponieważ ostatniego elementu nie wiem gdzie szukać. Szukałem wszędzie i nie mam żadnego kurde pojęcia. Więc tak, zacznijmy gadkę.
Envoy, a pleasure as always. Giatta Castell wants my professional opinion. What an honor! I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town?
Ja przy okazji Vidaro.
That's our governor for you. Self-righteous even in his own ignorance. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dream Scourge. But first, I need some help around the farm. I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo.
Już jakiś czas temu.
You did? That was quick. Poor Silvo. He was a bright young revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace. Well, he was my first successful raising. Flawed and messy, but mine. So, the Dream Scourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dream Scourge. They have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen. It's possible, but we don't share research if we can avoid it. That's one of the reasons I moved out here. The other reason being my corpses. They don't enjoy living behind walls, if you can call it living. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say. Seems a little far-fetched. Then again, what isn't these days? You're a godlike, so anything is possible. Perhaps your nature will grant you more answers. Well, I'm happy to give her some good news for a change. You and Giatta are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
Oh, and thank you for the nightmare fuel. I really have been sleeping entirely too well lately.
I'm remembering why people find this place unsettling.
Dobra, co tam zagadkę. Boże. O, widzę, że cały czas Kaję mam do gadki i pewnie o tą domek, o tą tego tamę. Muszę w ogóle...
Did you hear that? Remy, look what I found. A genuine godlike.
Do you think they can hear us?
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend?
Ja będę na kretyn?
Remy, take a note. Fluent speech and upright posture show marks of sophistication in the endangered godlike. We heard that Giatta partnered up with an outsider, but I had no idea you were a godlike. Fascinating.
It's just that we've never met a godlike before. This is a big day for us.
Giatta must have sent you to be our test subject. She knows how we adore your kind.
Mogę się
Satisfy
zabić?
our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giatta needs to finish her research. Deal? We want to know about the godlike, of course. You're the first one we've encountered in the wild.
Let's begin the examination. If you could choose, who or what would you be in your next life? Next time you go round the wheel, you might not get so lucky. Tired of being remarkable? Interesting.
My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us? So, you believe we need your help. Interesting.
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone? Very optimistic, aren't we? I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
So, Giatta wants to know all about the Dream Scourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
There's no cure for the Dream Scourge, much in the way that there's no cure for an avalanche.
Giatta will be interested to learn that the Dream Scourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dream Scourge, a Pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
Precisely. A godlike and a scholar, too. Incredible.
Indeed, just as Adra channels essence, so too may it provide a key to discovering more about the Dream Scourge.
Not that we'd ever be interested in such research, of course. How droll. An entity, you say? If this entity is your patron, that's all perfectly natural. But if it's something else, with enough essence and a capable animancer, perhaps you could trace this tether back to its source.
Right, and with a little fresh sake, you can follow an ogre back to its lair. Still wouldn't recommend it.
Just be careful that your tether doesn't snap back and kill you in the process.
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy. But we've taken enough of your time. Farewell.
Hurry, before they change their minds.
That's all.
I might have dozed off there for a bit. Were any of those words the ones we needed?
Szalona. Dobra. Tutaj. Fiorro mam gdzieś bliżej. Niestety nie, to tu. A ja mam punkt. Ty, ja miałem punkta. Zastanawiam się między tym a tym. Dobra, biorę wybór. To, co chciałem w innych drzewkach, już mam to odblokowywane, więc tak naprawdę to tylko pomaga mi przejść.
Oh,
I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike. Welcome to our modest workshop. More than most, but less than I would like. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked. Ha! A novel idea, that. What I need is a stronger power source. Grimoires can hold intense power, but not for long. Besides, grimoires require a wizard to draw in essence. It's too dangerous at this scale. Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragon recently died in a western grove. Indeed, but that well is almost dry. I need more. An Adragon's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west, across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delamgan queen holds court there. You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delamgan in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went rushing over there to find it when we heard the Adragon had died. Still, Delamgan queens can be reasoned with, so if you want to get the heart peacefully, try not to kill her guards.
A, no to dzięki za tipa. To już wiem, jak to mu zrobić na przyszłość. Dobra.
Well, aren't you full of surprises? You have the heart. Excellent! For an Adiran, you're very resourceful, and a more than capable companion for poor Giatta. With any luck, I can tell you a great deal. Now that I've got the heart, my thirsty invention will drink deeply of its essence. All that's left to do is calibrate it. First things first, let's have a look at your soul. I'm going to ask some questions to induce a metaphysical quiver. No, not to worry, just testing your reflexes. Let's start with an easy one. You wake up on a beach, looking up into the sun. Your hands are covered in blood. All right. Let's try some word association. Tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Pendulum. Chrysalis.
The spark ignites a flame. An idea ignites a war.
Hello? You still with me? In that case, let's stop it before I do any lasting damage. Hey, let's go over your results. Your soul is like a piece of sea glass. All the edges are smoothed down. Quite beautiful, really. Your godlike nature is a marvel to behold. God, my condolences. Those two are a handful, even for animancers. What I see is something entangled about your soul. An outside presence that both is and isn't a part of you. It's old, dark, and rather tricky to pin down. Very interesting. Nothing harmful, at least not yet. Fascinating. Thank you for getting my machine calibrated again. But you came for Giatta's theory of the dream scourge. Between the two of us, she's on to something. Our farms are in great peril. The essence has been drained from the land, diverted, like the flow of a river. Exactly. And if I know essence, it can't have gone too far. All I can tell you is keep looking. You'll find what you're after. As much as I hate giving people bad news, that's all I have. Please give Giatta my fondest regards.
Keep looking, huh? I'm getting a bad feeling about what we'll find.
Yeah, I'll be honest. He lost me when he started talking about souls. What did I miss?
Fajnie, jak zwykle. Dobra, mnie bardziej interesuje też fabularnie, ponieważ to otworzyłem. Nasz kolega, miałem z nim gadać, a mógłbyś mi... Dziękuję. Redukcja obrażeń, dodatkowej redukcji i 20% szybkości. No, takie średnie. No jest nastawiony na magię. Dobra, pierwsza rzecz.
Stay a while. See for yourself what animancy has done for our community.
O ja pierdolę. Ile gadki mamy?
I knew I heard someone snooping about. And you have the gall to confront me like a common criminal. This conversation is over. That is not a topic for discussion. I'll hear no more of this. You go about your business, and I'll go about mine. Consider yourself a guest in my town.
Nie wiem kiedy, ale okej.
You what? It's been so long since I gave up hope. In his final days, he was fond of going out into the wilderness, and increasingly less fond of returning. Mother seemed to understand, but I never did. That was father. When he looked at you, he saw your potential, everything you could be, and none of the flaws. Maybe I'll visit him one day, when I find my courage. At least now I can. You could have left me wondering, but you didn't. Thank you, Godlike. From the bottom of my heart. Envoy, I hope you... The steel garrote? Here? Well, well. Apparently nature is not the only foe in Emerald Stair. Worse, my rangers turned a blind eye to it. Satisfy my curiosity. Why am I hearing this from the Adiran envoy? Don't you and the steel garrote share the same master? For my sake, I'm glad to hear it. Take this with my gratitude. And let us pray this is the last we've seen of the steel garrote. What a disgrace. Among other things, the steel garrote persecute animancers. They love nothing more than to unravel everything we've built here. Tell me, what's your interest in this matter? If she convinced an Adiran envoy to unmask an Adiran spy, clearly I'm not paying her enough. I appreciate the warning. If more Adirans were like you, maybe we wouldn't have to worry about the steel garrote. No one is denying that the Living Lands is a dangerous frontier. Take Fior Mesiverno. This city has fought a war of attrition since the day my father laid the first stone. You saw for yourself what's happened to the Delamgan in recent years. We have always persisted, and nothing will change that. Nothing. I know the Living Lands must seem wild and untamed to one so accustomed to the comforts of court. Some of us have the distinction to call this place home, sharp edges and all. We can outlast the wilderness. The short answer is yes, I'm aware. and I've tolerated it, up to a point. We are a community of animancers. Among other things, we have a healthy respect of the dead. I have no wish to anger the departed, but then again, my first responsibility is to the living. The dead have a strong connection to the beyond, and therefore animancy. They can make our work very, very difficult. Best not to upset them.
To nie chciałem. No dobra.
Ignace's mother is very ill. Please, don't disturb her anymore.
Found my Maxim? At least he's finally at peace. Teeth dancing in.
Może Giatta coś na ten temat powie albo coś wymoci. Na ten moment ja nie wiem, jak mogę zareagować. Poza tym Giatta do nas dołącza, tylko zastanawiam się, czy Kaja, czy Mariusa. Mariuska wywołała.
I have a lot of packing ahead of me, but I've earned a short rest. I hate to admit it, but I saw that one coming. Those two don't get out much. When Ignacy took away their research funding, I pulled some strings to get it back. He told me I was a fool, but they'll prove him wrong someday. I have faith. And you got his machine up and running. That's what I call progress. I helped Monto after his wife died. She was brilliant, and he took the loss hard. I'm going to miss him. I hope you had an enlightening visit at the corpse farm. Elia is one of my favorite neighbors, second only to Quilici. When her best farmhand got stuck up a tree, I got him down in one piece. Well, several pieces. I've always looked up to her. Sounds like you've met with everyone. We're ready to get started. So, did you learn anything of particular interest? That's the fun part of metaphysics. Everything is strange, but nothing is new. Look at us. Barely even started, and already we're making progress. Monto's machine is working, Elia will keep an eye on her revenants, and Yvette and Remy are providing us an alibi. And every bit of it was critical to our research. I needed those animancers for more than their expertise. Monto's invention nullifies spiritual interference. Having it up and running means we won't get any false signals. Whenever I tap into an Adra pillar, Elia's farmhands tend to get a little bitey. Thanks to you, they won't be a problem. And then there's Yvette and Remy, the governor's eyes and ears. In exchange for privacy, I gave them a test subject. I'd call that a good day's work. Sorry, I had a lot on my mind. Now we just need the right equipment for the job. When my parents died, they left me their life's work. An invention like no other. The phantasmal focus. Exactly. There are many ways of going about it, but my mother's invention will get us quick results. The problem is it's in the basement. I haven't gone down there since the accident. Since they died.
I'm sure everything's fine. It's just a spooky death basement.
I would get it myself, but I'm not ready to face what's down there. Terrible mistake. The door to the basement is just outside, around the corner. Of course you'll need a key. Please excuse the mess.
A, czyli do piwnicy teraz muszę zejść.
I'm glad we can spare her from having to go back.
Okay, walking into the basement of an animancer I just met. Right, feels great.
Popieram.
Don't know what I expected, but this isn't it.
Haven from the blight. Who grows here?
No, szczerze, nie spodziewałem się czegoś dużo gorszego w tej piwnicy. O, trochę coś zjadło.
I feel pretty certain that those people aren't supposed to be plants.
What a horrific fate.
Beauty reborn. A life of peace.
What? Aż się boję to podnosić, ale dobra.
Gods. We can leave now, right?
Poor Giatta. To think she's been living with this right under her nose.
Dobra, wychodzę stąd. Mario,
One moment.
Dzięki.
I don't. Anyone know what happened back there?
I think those were Giatta's parents, or whatever's left of them.
So they're dead?
Or something like that.
Gods. I can't believe this.
Ja jestem za. To jest dziwne. Panowie, wychodzimy. Kaj, wychodź, wychodź. To zamknąć.
You're back. You found it. You actually found my inheritance. Did you see my mother and father? Are they still there? For the time being, that would be best. With the phantasmal focus, I can finally tap directly into the essence of the living lands. I can also use it to smack around anyone who gets in our way. Don't worry, it's more durable than it looks. Kind of like me. The only thing we're missing now is an Adra pillar, and I know the perfect one. Naku Tedek, the old godless ruin west of Fjord. There should be some equipment waiting for us. We used it to study the Adra pillar. Then some priests moved in and took offense at our work. I hope they haven't tampered with the equipment, or this will be a very short experiment. That rugged thing? It's as dry as a bone. Hardly any essence left. Even if it wasn't, I'm not exactly welcome in the workshop these days. Before we head out, let's make the most of our time in Fjord. No telling how long we'll be gone. I almost forgot. Someone gave me a letter for you. They said it was for the envoy's eyes alone. I may have glanced at the handwriting. Don't worry, your secrets are safe. And I hate to be a problem, but I do my best work in small groups. Chalk it up to performance anxiety. That was not my finest hour. I was so angry. Mistakes were
Kaj
made.
czy Mariusz?
When it comes to the Dream Scourge, I don't want there to be any mistakes.
Dobra. Mariusz,
Sounds good. I need to do some hunting anyway.
Once we're all together, we should trade ghost stories. Best way to get acquainted. In the meantime, let's be off.
Giatta wykorzystuje do zrozumienia otaczającego świata, nauka, czyta przełożywczą falę, która leczy sojuszników. Nakaż, czyli ona ma elektryczność. A i podpalanie, ona elektryczność. No teoretycznie też mogę ją zastąpić. Ja mam punkt? Dobra, w inteligencję idę. Tak, bo inteligencja zwiększa mi maks energii i odporność na żywioły. Punkt umiejętności wyrikoszet. Następny idę tu. Żeby mieć po prostu mocniejsze różdżki. Dobra, tu chyba mamy wszystko. Ale chciałbym wejść tędy. Ze względu na jedną rzecz, którą próbowałem zrobić i nie mogłem dojść z tym. Może Giatta mi coś pomoże. Masz niewydany punkt towarzysza. Dobra, ataki leczą wszystkich. Tak. No ma jeszcze 3. Dobra. Blokujemy sobie wszystko. Będzie tak. Mnie interesuje, bo tu coś mi brzęczy. O! 4, jak ja tego nie widziałem. Aha, spoko. Ci wystarczy to kupić, żeby mieć punkty. Znaczy achievement, dobra. To teraz tu. Ten odcinek skończymy sobie na tym, a w następnym rozpoczniemy sobie od gadki z całym obozem. Bo na to wychodzi, że będę musiał gadać z wszystkimi w obozie. Gdzie Giatta się urządziła? Giatta urządziła mi się tu. Mariusz jedyny obóz sobie założył. Co ja mogę wytwarzać? Może tak. Miałem jakieś potrawki nowe móc robić. Nie widzę nic ciukowego.
Don't mind at all. It's good to have you. Tell us a bit about yourself, Giatta.
Let's see. A few things about me. I enjoy long conversations, and my favorite season is autumn. Apparently, I also snore, which annoys some people.
So do I. Glad it won't just be me now. We should pitch our tents on either side of Marius. The drone really helps him sleep.
Right, that's me. And the first rule of camp is never listen to Kai. He's a blessed Nimdude of the highest order.
If anyone needs their soul tinkered on, don't hesitate to ask. I'm rather good with souls.
I'll take your word for it.
Dobra, wychodzimy. O, teraz tak to wygląda. Dobra. To mogę sam? O, fajnie to wygląda z tym wyboru. No, rzeczywiście.
Did they not glow in the light? Her parents, her sentinels. To grow and flourish still, life without rot, form without death. The lake dries. Prune the bellflowers. Why should anything wilt? Endless spring. They breathe. They flower. They will never fade. Apple into seed. We think not. They have blossomed now. They sing in peace. Was it not worth the change? Do we not? The bear would have spent its days in the wood. They are strong now, vibrant, better than their frail shells. Even the darkest evening clouds part with the morning mist. Sleep now. Dream of beauty and new life. We will speak soon.
Dobra. Wiecie, ten głos mnie nie zaspokoił. Dobra, najpierw zróbmy to, gdzie tam mamy to. Chcę odpalić po prostu, nie, 10 minut jeszcze dogramy i kończymy.
There should be some equipment by the Adra pillar. Well, here we are on the precipice of discovery, armed and ready for mischief.
I'm 2 out of 3 anyway.
Before we get started, indulge me. What are you excited to learn about? Good. We're on the same page. Now, I'm going to tap into the pillar's dormant energy and give it a good shake. In layman's terms, I'm chumming the water and daring the dream scourge to show its ugly face. No, but it should get us results. All right. Drawing on the energy of the phantasmal focus, I'll start with a low-frequency ethereal vibration. I've got nothing. You?
Like I could go for some pie.
Shit. All right, adjusting the frequency. The focus is warming up. I hope that's a good sign. Let me know if you feel something. Who knows how your godlike nature will react to this? Brace yourself. We're going to pin this bastard down.
Are you sure about this?
Don't worry, I'm a professional. Now, here goes nothing.
Souls in a circle, a whirlpool. We twine, we twine.
Hey, I think I got something. The focus twitched, like a fishing rod. Is that a door? Not the result I was looking for, but a result nonetheless. Hold on to that feeling. We might need it again. Right before the door opened, I detected something in the Adra. I was right. The Dream Scourge has a point of origin. We can study the affliction from here, but I don't know that we can stop it. Oh dear. How do I explain? Imagine tossing a pebble and hoping it flattens a blade of grass on the other side of the world. That's what you're asking, and it won't work. There's an even greater chance we end up like my parents. Sorry, but no. If we want to stop the Dream Scourge, we still need to learn more about the source of the affliction. I hate to say it, but we'll get better results at the base of the pillar, where the energies are more potent. We shouldn't jump to conclusions. After you.
We gotta see what's down there now.
Dziękuję. Do tego miejsca zejdziemy później, a to w następnym odcinku, więc cześć, na razie. Hej!
Did you open that door?
Albo może jeszcze chwilkę z nim pogadamy?
I've been praying here for ages. And in all that time, I've never found a way down to the lower levels. Not one. You're going down there, aren't you? I tell the acolytes to walk softly for a reason. Something is alive down there. Or if not alive, moving. Whatever it is, it knows only the depths. If you don't return, I'll tell the others what happened.
I feel better about this already.
Hej! Dobra. I tym akcentem sobie zakończymy, więc cześć, nara i hej! Oj, kto ładnie mówił.